And then what did you make of Sophie Cunningham's flagrant foul on JC towards the end?
It was a flagrant foul.
Do you think it's like defending Caitlin or defending the team, or how do you view just how it all?
I view it as a flagrant foul.
I'll ask about the game too.
Yeah, well, I mean, that you guys came for basketball.
Yeah,
Let's talk about basketball.
Yeah.
Come on now.
What do you think of just how you all were able to pull away in the second half, Caitlin, in particular?
We're going to the Commissioner Cup Championship.
Let's
That's
go!
pretty exciting. Y'all want to talk about that? Let's talk about that.
What do you think, again, in the second half?
What if Caitlin Clark's WNBA career ends almost as soon as it began? One season in, one final logo 3, and she's gone. With officials missing obvious calls like it's a comedy act and players like Marina Mabrey handing out fouls like dodgeballs, it's easy to see why frustration is boiling over. Is this supposed to be a professional league or an out-of-control reality show? Either way, get ready. Because if this rumor holds any truth, the WNBA could lose its biggest attraction quicker than a referee overlooks another blatant foul.
WNBA record. This is her second season. And you put the numbers together, that's like 10 seasons. That girl did it in 10 seasons. That means she had one a season. Caitlin Clark is... when Caitlin Clark gets to 10 seasons, she's going to have 100 of these. And y'all can't get a girl her roses. Now, I don't like the fact that she be getting woke because she don't want all these lesbians to be mad at it. At the end of the day, is the woman putting in the work, she's putting in the work.
It's official. Fans have had enough of watching Caitlin Clark get thrown to the wolves in a league that can't decide whether it wants to expand or keep its doors closed. For the second year straight, she's been cast as the main character in non-stop drama, all while being expected to dish the ball, smile for the cameras, sell out arenas, absorb the punishment, and still say thank you at the end. What started as frustration has turned into outright anger. The Protect Caitlin movement has exploded beyond social media, becoming an emotional tug-of-war between the fans who support her and a league that keeps treating its biggest star like a disposable toy.
This is all going according to plan. This is ideal. Caitlin Clark is holding up her end by being awesome and by being a trash-talking jerk on the court. Love it. Her teammates are holding up their end by having her back. The other players in the league are holding up their end by not liking her. Perfect. Couldn't have written a better script. Caitlin is talking trash to this girl's hard fouling her. Her teammate Sophie Cunningham, who got a black belt in Taekwondo at the age of 6, she's like, I will F you guys up. All of it's great, and Caitlin's a killer. 10 out of 10, no.
Let's be real. Caitlin Clark is the reason the WNBA is even on anyone's radar beyond Tuesday night Twitter spats and high school highlight reels. Ratings are soaring, jerseys are flying off the shelves, and arenas are selling out in cities that barely knew they had a team. She's basically the league's human highlight reel and three-point machine. And what does the league give her in return? Questionable referee calls, icy teammates, and more elbows flying around than a WWE Royal Rumble.
Caitlin Clark is driving the WNBA insane. It's to the point that she may need to step away from the WNBA, have a billionaire come in that has the money to prove a point, and say, Caitlin, I'll pay you $50 million just to see if the WNBA can make it without you. Let's go create a complete different league and expose the hell out of the WNBA just to embarrass this Angel Reese girl that Jameel Hill just said she could go down as a Michael Jordan of WNBA.
Yeah.
Remember when people said she was being welcomed like any other rookie? Yeah, if by welcomed, they meant getting roughed up at midcourt while refs whistle obliviously, like they just dropped their glasses in a Looney Tunes cartoon. Caitlin doesn't need a welcome party. She needs a security detail and a chiropractor. Then there's Marina Mabrey, who delivered a late-game shove so brutal it looked like she was auditioning for linebacker. The foul was so intense the NBA probably sent her a contract by mistake. Of course, Caitlin gets up like nothing happened because at this point, taking hits is basically part of her pre-game routine. Stretch, shoot, dodge a flying elbow, rinse, and repeat. What's truly wild is how the narrative flips depending on her reaction. Breathe near a veteran? Entitled. Take a hard foul and shrug it off. Distant. Rescue a puppy at halftime? Still criticized for not passing to a teammate. Meanwhile, Fans are basically running digital CPR on the league, rewinding plays, breaking down every frame like it's the Zapruder film, screaming into the void. How is that not a flagrant foul?
Well, I will say this. When Caitlin Clark was out, they lost 55% of their viewership. So, basically, Caitlin Clark is paying all their salaries.
Pretty much.
I mean, at the end of the day, you can hate her as much as you want, but she's brought in millions of fucking dollars. So you should be kissing her ass.
And that kind of defeated the purpose of Angel Reese's argument of she's like, hey, it's not just Caitlin Clark that is bringing all the viewership to the WNBA. It's like, well, it definitely is. It's like it kind of proved that with the viewership rating being down that she significantly increases viewership with
They try so hard to compare her to Caitlin Clark. They try so hard.
The refs stay quiet while the league makes more noise about dress codes than player safety. It's like the whole system has lost its mind. Fans aren't just questioning whether Caitlin Clark should stick around anymore. They're practically pleading for her to leave. Imagine her signing a shoe deal, joining a broadcast booth, or taking her talents to Europe, where basketball is actually basketball and not a test of how much abuse one woman can endure before snapping. There, she get paid, protected, and probably welcomed with flowers instead of flying elbows. Honestly, the WNBA has turned into a Caitlin Clark content farm, feeding her the same drama, bad calls, and lack of support every week. Fans notice it, the media notices it, and even the so-called haters secretly check her schedule because, love her or not, she is the show. But no one wants to watch the main character sabotaged every episode. In just 2 seasons, she's given the league more than some franchises manage in 20 years, yet she's treated like a guest at her own party. Even the promos are awkward. Come watch Caitlin Clark and the others. It's like she's Beyoncé, and the rest of the league is a very confused Destiny's Child. No shade, just facts.
The Fever and Sun hold a brawl and a basketball game breaks out. This was something. Caitlin Clark, without question, gets raked across the face. I think she gets poked in the eye, but it's difficult to tell.
If you're the Indiana Fever, you cannot stand by and let that happen. They need to make it clear to the officials. If you're going to let this happen, then we're going to stand up for our player and make a mess of the game, and you're going to have a big mess on your hands. So you need to stand up for this. You need to do something about this.
You've just learned with definitive data and beyond question that Caitlin Clark controls more than half the audience for the entire WNBA.
And let's not forget the constant gaslighting. It's not that bad. She's being dramatic. She needs to earn her stripes. Really? Because last time we checked, Caitlin has earned more stripes than a zebra in a barcode factory. She's averaging 25 points, 8 assists, and a dozen microaggressions per game, all with a smile. What more does she have to do? Levitate? Fans aren't blind. They see the double standard, how the league goes out of its way for some players while casually throwing others under the bus. They see the 4 storylines, the passive-aggressive interviews, and the locker room politics. And they're fed up. Fed up with watching Caitlin fight for space on a team she practically built. Fed up with seeing her snubbed in all-star voting like it's some middle school popularity contest. Fed up with pretending it's okay. If she leaves after the season, it won't be because she can't handle the league. It'll be because she's smart enough to know when she's being played. And honestly, walking away might be the ultimate power move. The league that couldn't stop hyping her would suddenly face a very quiet reality. No more packed arenas, no more record-breaking streams, no more casual fans tuning in just to see what she does next.
A lot of us were expecting some sort of dip since Caitlin Clark has been out with injury, but I don't think all of us were expecting the entire viewership of the entire WNBA to be down. And this tweet from Christine Brennan really stuck out to me. She said, one player gets injured and more than half the TV audience for the entire league disappears. Has any other athlete ever had that kind of impact on a sport? Golf without Tiger definitely dropped precipitously on occasion, but not like this. This news is alarming for the league, and it's alarming for the league because this is such a crucial year for the WNBA.
So, what happens next? The league rolls out promotional bobbleheads, 2-for-1 ticket deals, paints inspirational quotes on the court, and prays everyone forgets. Spoiler, they won't. The second Caitlin Clark steps away, the WNBA goes back to being a trivia question. Hey, remember that league that had that superstar for a hot minute? Whatever happened to them? And don't even start with the she should stay and tough it out crowd. Caitlyn has already toughed it out through media backlash, on-court roughhousing, referees with oatmeal for eyes, and players more focused on blocking her rise than actually winning games.
I am sick and tired of the way they are treating my girl, Caitlyn Clark. I am here to propose a solution. I think they need an enforcer. You know, someone who comes off the bench to kind of lay the smackdown on an opposing team member. I want to get the word out to the Indiana Fever that I am available. I'm ready to identify as whatever I need to in order to get the job. They need someone like me. Why? Because I'm not afraid of any 6 foot tall lesbian. I work out. Now, I have a couple of real good go-to moves in my bag of tricks.
At some point, toughness isn't enough. Self-respect is. Caitlyn Clark is a generational talent. Relatable, marketable, and humble, yet treated like a punching bag. Fans see the double standards, the league's failures, and the media twisting every move she makes. She shows up, dominates, and stays composed, while others get protection and praise for actions she absorbs silently. If she leaves for Europe or builds something new, it's not because she can't handle it. It's because she deserves a place that respects her talent instead of scapegoating it. Caitlyn isn't the problem. She's just a mirror, and some people can't handle the reflection.